A lot of these dudes aren't OGs based on wisdom. They became OGs by default because they the oldest dude in the room.
Hey yo, Eeze.
Top of the morning, I got a question for y'all. If rap is a young man's game, why the youngsters always speaking about the OGs? Think about that for a moment. And when I say youngsters, we're speaking of a mentality, not age. Because you can be a 50-year-old kid, you know what I'm saying? But so Nas situation, the people not knowing his lyrics and relevancy, and a lot of that stuff be coming from individuals who don't write bars, who don't write lyrics. Y'all don't even come from that era like that, mentality-wise. But your age would tell us different. You know Nas songs. A lot of it is just marketing, and it's guerrilla marketing. Like one individual does it and everybody goes crazy with the same thing, but I can't understand why it's Nas that they always seem to throw out there. I'll tell you why. When you look yourself in the mirror, self-reflection, right? Look at Nas, or you compare yourself as far as career goes and the trajectory and the standard. Not just Nas, quite a few others. These dudes someday are gonna have to transition to that. And instead of working harder and being better humans and men and women and citizens, they want to dumb down the standard so they continue to be 55 years old out on the block, buying gallons of Henny, making a bunch of noise while people got to get up and go to work in the morning. I'm not saying you can't have a good time, but come on now, certain things got to be done in moderation. Every day you outside, it doesn't make sense to me. It really doesn't. We're very selective on when we call certain things out. I don't find any of this stuff cute, funny. I just did a video about comparison and competition. This is not competition. This is embarrassing. We're supposed to be uplifting the legends and the icons, not acting like we don't know who they are. In what world? That doesn't even make sense to me. And we got these interviewers who sit down with these dudes and they try to make it seem like they're giving some drawback or resistance, but they never come through with the education. Oh, nah, don't say that. Nah, you shouldn't say that because such and such said this, he did this, he wrote that, he accomplished this, and you want to do that someday. You never get that. It's like we run away from the education aspect. I just don't understand. When I say we, I'm speaking generally because we are a culture, right? But everybody ain't a part of that culture either. Everybody that's on Hot 97, Power 105, and I'm just speaking about regional stations where I'm from. You give me the stations based on your location. R and hip hop, that's station programming. Which isn't Fivio is not hip hop. What about him is hip hop? In my estimation, I think to be hip hop, you have to be a student of the game. You don't know ESCO lyrics, and that's fine. I'm not asking you to know it was written from front to back, but to act like you don't know not one legendary line. Oh yeah, you did say one, Mike. But let's move on from that. I'm seeing a trend of when people selectively say things. Jim Jones was up there with Joe and Jada, and they gave a little resistance, rolling their eyes and saying, yo, you gotta pay homage and all of that. But then months later, or every month and a half later, I see more resistance from Jada when will.i.am said that he thinks Black Thought is a trillion times better than Jay. It's like we can't pick and choose when we're going to decide to protect or, I don't know, shield our legends in a sense, or the history or the culture. You're going to do it for one, you do it for all. Especially if that's your man, that's your people's. I don't understand certain things. I really don't. And mass appeal, this is a perfect opportunity. You don't got to use the dude's name that was talking crazy. But, y'all don't know Nas link, lyrics or bars? There got to be a metric to search the most iconic bars, or the most bars with the most impact, or captions, or whatever it is. And I guarantee you, he's up there. Use it as a marketing tool. Use it as a marketing tool. You gotta start showcasing and speaking about what this dude has done. I know he's Nas and he don't gotta talk much, but like I said before, when Nas get aggressive, It's a problem. We just seen that with Omerta. I don't understand in the culture, and I'm glad we got hip-hop heads speaking out against it, but it seems to be like a same individuals, a same mentality that's always involved in this type of stuff. I'm telling you, just listen to Jim Jones talk. Yo, I came up in Nas era, Nas from my era, then I created my own era. What era did you create? These dudes want to get so far away from the hip-hop standard so that they can shine and glow. Because if you from Nas's era and you weren't that guy during that time, now you want to revise what the standard is. And you got all these little minions and cohort members that think just like him. A lot of these dudes aren't OGs based on wisdom. They became OGs by default because they're the oldest dude in the room. Everybody who are OG ain't spitting gems or giving knowledge. Some of them just happen to be 55 in a room with 18-year-olds. So automatically you're gonna get the unk and OG treatment. Come on, y'all. The whole Nas, and this is about Nas, but this is about hip hop as a whole. It's okay to critique and speak about certain things, but y'all be acting like dudes don't even exist or never existed because you never did your homework. And that's what happens when you come through and they allow you to get a quick bag. That bag dry up and you can't get no more traction. And they all end up running the same play to attempt to garner some more clicks, views, and eyeballs. It's comical. I really don't get it. I really don't get it. It's lame. In what world would it be okay to say, that's like producers being like, yo, I don't know who Pete Rock is. I ain't from that age demographic. Whether you like boom bap trap samples or not, you should know who he is. You should know. You should know. You're part of the culture. Why are we awarding dudes for openly saying asinine things? And I'm not saying that we're uplifting his statements. What I'm saying is that we keep allowing it to happen time and time again. Pack these dudes up and get them out of here. I get it. I ain't trying to take no bread out of nobody's family mouths or any of that. But if you don't respect the culture, what's the point? You got to bring value to every room you step foot in, right? That's where I'm from. That's the mentality I was given growing up. Whatever room you step into, when you step out of it, make sure it's better than it was. That's the way I was raised. These dudes want to come through, pimp the whole situation, don't take advantage, not even take advantage, don't even look at the opportunities they were afforded and maximize them, and then get mad at everyone else. Outside, getting locked up, at the height of your career, coming home, and instead of getting in the studio making some music, preparing yourself to even speak in front of a camera, dudes all drunk and high. That's what OGs would tell you. A person with wisdom, like, yo, listen, young fella. Progression. You introducing yourself back in the game. You don't got to do that. Let's chill out, come back tomorrow, regroup. It don't make sense to me. It really doesn't. And then you trying to, it's part of an album that won a Grammy, and then you trying to diminish that. That's how you know a lot of this stuff is like, yo, I just need to be seen and heard. Because ain't no way in hell that makes sense to anyone. That don't make no sense. You want an album that won a Grammy 5 years ago, right? And then you try to diminish it. If anything, you should know the lyrics from that song you were on. Can't help everybody, man. You can't. Because some of these young dudes, young once again, mentality. Because a 35 plus year old human being, it's young as far as being active in how much life you have ahead, right? But, come on, man. As far as knowing better and doing better, Not trying to hear that. Really, really not trying to give any excuses concerning that. A lot of us are coming from a joking perspective and things of that nature. With this stuff happening time again, it's becoming an epidemic. Yo, it's like, yo, everybody running the same play. Everybody running the same play. Ain't no way. This is the only culture where knowing your history, dudes will make you feel like you a lame. Dudes will make you feel like you a lame. I don't like that, man. It's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff that be going on that's just doesn't make any sense to me. It's lame. So shout out to Nas and all the OGs that's putting on. Legend has it. You dudes gonna want to be legends one day. And maybe you starting to see that the work that you've put out ain't enough, and it ain't gonna lead you to that. And like I stated, a lot of these dudes are trying to diminish the bar of what hip hop should be. Work on your craft. Work on your songwriting. Once you get that done, go work on your stage performance, because a lot of y'all trash on stage. Jumping around, making a bunch of noise, transitions are weak, rapping over the actual track. Got a hype man up there, don't know the lyrics, screaming and yelling. That ain't performance. If you want to be a legend someday, you're going to have to make that transition. How could you engage and keep people entertained without nonsense and buffoonery? Every time dudes open their mouths in interviews, you talking about other men. That's corny to me. And then even from a uplifting standpoint, I mean, these dudes be trying to downright diminish other men. Yo, I don't know the lyrics, I don't know. What? Chief Keef like 10 years younger than this dude. That's what you grew up on? Come on, man. Yo, we gotta stop. We gotta stop glorifying and uplifting buffoonery. I'm saying we because I want to be all inclusive. I know it ain't 90% of y'all doing this. But the other 10, call him out. Join his lane. It's getting played out. It really is. Rap is a young man's game, but somehow they keep speaking on the OGs. And you getting a lesson in real time how to conduct yourself out here. The OGs is out here winning. They touring, doing shows, taking care of their families, looking healthier than the majority of y'all. And they ain't even talking about y'all. Not a negative light. They may give you some advice, pull you to the side, but the way y'all conducting yourselves, and I'm saying y'all because there's a lot of them, but this Fivio dude, and he's from the city, I believe, had an opportunity. Songs with Kanye, Alicia Keys, had Nas, and dudes fumble their opportunities and be mad at everybody else. Grow up, man. Dudes pushing 40. Allow your mentality to catch up with your age. Remember, you can achieve anything out here through sheer hard work and patience. God is the greatest. It's your man Eeze at the Eeze Experience. Y'all be good. Go get yours. Yeah.
Hey, yo,